Man's done something that's bigger than trophies,
Exactly.
right? And he's done it because he loves his country and he wants to see other people flourish, bruv. You get me? And now he's getting an opportunity, albeit short, to manage at the highest level. And we're going to see what it is, because at the end of the day, as much as we can praise him, as much as we can say he's developed this philosophy, he needs to now prove it on the big stage. Because
Spartans! What is your profession?
yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Roundtable Discussions, where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy ST with me. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, what's going on, man? Happy days. Great, good start.
Bro, listen, the way how the weather's been, yeah, we needed we need a little bit of happiness. Because this storm Irwin, bro, them wind chills that we're dealing with right now, I'm sure it's warmer in Antarctica right now, bro.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Today to work, I'm not gonna lie, I almost slipped and almost bust my head. I'm not even joking.
And we didn't even get no snow.
No, it was just bare ice. I'm going to work. Literally, there's this block of ice. I'm thinking, the road is clear. It's not even visible like that. I slipped. I almost did like a 180. Almost fell on my face.
Oh, bro, you're lucky you're here to tell the tale, bro. Honestly, weather's been absolutely nuts. But people, we are back. Footie Chat is back. We're going to be talking all things football in this chat. It's going to be a bit of a double header because we've got midweek fixtures and we've got weekend fixtures, so Prem predictions as well. We're going to have a double header of those. Might have a couple mandem jumper in the chat later on. If they don't, they don't. Plenty to get through, but as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. As I say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Before we start talking football, I want to shout out all the mandem that made it on Saturday. We had a little Nights of the Round Table reunion. First time we've all seen each other in the flesh. Well, not ST and I, but the rest of the guys in a while. It was a good evening, good event. Unfortunately, Cooking with Rash didn't record it, so we have nothing to upload, but we're going to be doing more of those very, very soon. So you lot will be getting to see the other side to us as well, turn it into a little community channel as much as a sports channel. But that being said, let's get into the football. Big news announced today. When you lot get this, it will be yesterday, but Monday, Ralf Ragnick has now officially been appointed as Manchester United interim manager. He will be the manager till the end of the season, and then after that, he will go into a 2-year consultancy role with the club. ST, for you, how do you take this appointment? The reins will be taken from Carrick, handed over to Wreck-It Ralph. He'll come in, do what he does. We're going to get into what he's about and what he does. I'm sure you'll say what he's about. But in terms of an appointment, is it the right one at this time for Manchester United?
I do actually. For the simple fact is, I think it's time Man United got away from the philosophy such as the Man United DNA, which for me doesn't exist anymore. You need to get with the times. I think Man United's frame of like director of football is still very outdated. Mm-hmm. And someone like Ralph, who really epitomizes the modern game of football. He has been responsible for the careers of Tuchel, of Klopp, so two of the best managers in the world. He's obviously, for him to be doing a consultancy role, he wants to bring a philosophy to Man United, which I feel we need. Mm-hmm. And also from what I've seen and from what I remember of him, he will obviously get that respect. And if he doesn't attempt to, if they the players don't get that respect, don't give him that respect, he won't be afraid to make the very tough decisions. So that's what I feel this club needs. I think we have appointed I'm actually proud. I can actually say I'm actually proud of the Man United owners. They've actually done something which is going to benefit them for the next 5 to 10 years. Especially as I think this has been pre-planned. They thought this through. They've taken time, analyzed world football, seen the success that other teams have done with the same model that Ralf Ragnick is going to provide. And honestly, I can say I'm excited. I generally don't expect that much within the coming months, so I just have to get that out there. For the simple fact is, it's a philosophy. It's going to take time for players to get used to it. It's going to take time for him to get his players. But Man United has enough quality for little bits of quality to show. I think we'll be more organized. I think there'll be a bit more discipline in the squad. And overall, it's a good step in the right direction.
Nah, 100%. I think you summed that up quite well. Especially the fact that we shouldn't expect too much too soon. And listen, Ralf Ragnick, bruv. He's a man that knows what he wants. He's determined. He has his own way. What's it called? The Gegen press? Is that what it's called? Have I said that right?
The Gegen press, bruv. So the press in 7 seconds after you lost the ball. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And it's all about progressive football as well. And what people need to realize is that he brought out this philosophy ages ago. This isn't something new. It isn't 5 years. It's not 10 years. It's like 20 years ago. He wanted to do this. 20, 30 years ago, he wanted to do this. And when he first came out with it in Germany, they laughed at him. They said it doesn't work. It's never going to work. They said that the German players and the German teams weren't intelligent enough to do this sort of thing. So what it took for him to get this across, it took Germany to basically fall to the depths of hell. And I think it was in Euro 2000. I think they went out early. And that's when Germany realized that they needed to make a change in the way that they play football. And obviously Spain got there before them because Spain started to dominate world football, but then Germany came after. And then since then, we've seen now, ST, that German managers are a hot commodity right now in football. And this is down a lot to Ragnick. And as you said, man, with Klopp, it was when Klopp was at Dortmund and Ragnick was the manager of Hoffenheim. And Hoffenheim absolutely slaughtered Dortmund. And that's when Klopp said, I need to change my philosophy to the way in which Ragnick does it. Tuchel was making strawberry daiquiris, bruv, in bars. And then Ragnick decided, said, do you want a job? I'll give you a job. And that's how Tuchel's got into where he is today. Nagelsmann, another manager that has learned under him. There's so many German managers that have learned and played this way. Daniel Fark, as bad as Norwich have been, you can see the way that they play football, again, influenced by what this man came up with and created, right? So what Manchester United are getting, this is long-term, right? It's a long-term thing so that we can compete with the Klopps and the Tuchels and the Peps of this world. And this is the time when you can say, not when Ollie was in charge, but this is a time where you can say, give the manager time, whoever comes in after, and we'll get to who should come in after, but give the manager time to implement it. So this is going to take time. It's going to take time for this to happen. Klopp, prime example. Even Pep had to get time to get Man City to where they wanted to be. Tuchel's the only one that walked in and basically got Chelsea up and running. But when you've got the money that they've got, and don't worry, don't be wrong, United have it, and the players that can buy into the philosophy, and that's the important thing. Exactly. Yeah, the players that will buy into that philosophy, right? That's why he's hit the ground running with that. And there's a lot of fans. I said there's a lot of fans that don't watch football or only watch their team and don't understand what this man has done. Because a lot of people said, well, why have we got, who's he won stuff with? Why has he never managed at the big clubs? It's not always about that, bro.
No, it isn't.
It's not always. This guy has influenced and revolutionized a whole bunch of managers, bro. Red Bull, Salzburg, and Leipzig, bro. They were nobody in like the mid 2000s. Now, man's got them challenging for top 4 in Salzburg, dominating the Austrian league. And I know everyone said, "Oh, but it's the Austrian league." Man built from scratch these two sides, right? And RB Leipzig competing for the German league. Yeah, he was just at
in the Champions League.
Exactly, he was just at Lokomotiv Moscow, who are killing their league. Again, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, but it's the Russian. What is it? Russian? Is it the Russian league or whatever?"
Listen, people need to realize like that league has been dominated by Zenit for a very long time until he's come in and he has bought things where it's giving them trouble. You know what I mean? And Lokomotiv Moscow have been playing very, very well.
Exactly, and this is down to what this man has brought to the table, and this is why. Because don't get me wrong, we're going to get into the ins and outs, but I think the man deserves a history lesson, bro. Because I'm sick and tired of these pundits and fans that only watch the Premier League and believe that the Premier League is the be all and end all of football. No. This is why England's so poor. This is why foreign managers come into the Premier League and they dominate, because they got the small mentality of, oh, well, the Premier League is the be all the other leagues are shit. Don't get me wrong. At this moment in time, the Premier League is the league to be in. But that's because of the managers that you got. It's not so long ago that Spain was dominating the Champions Leagues, right? Bayern Munich won it in the middle of that time as well. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. The Premier League right now has got the best managers in the world, and they're all foreign. All of them.
Exactly.
Right? It's not the be-all and end-all. Watch other football, bro. Because that's why on the international stage,
we never do.
Right? Other teams are dominating and England aren't, bruv. Other teams are playing that sort of football and England aren't, bro. You're not the be-all and end-all, bruv. Do your research. Just because man hasn't managed Bayern Munich or any of these or any of the big other clubs doesn't mean the man doesn't know what he's doing. He's revolutionized a generation. And my whole thing is that the Liverpools, the Chelsea fans especially, bro, if there was no Ragnick, there'll be no Tuchel, bruv. So before you lot start coming in and saying, what is he running? Yes, I mean, I'm aiming it at Rash. Before you start coming in and saying, what is he won, yeah? Do your research. Do your frigging research. It's not stats and trophies aren't the be-all and end-all of football, bruv.
That's the problem with our fans.
You're in football to win. We understand that. But man's done something that's bigger than trophies, right? And he's done it because he loves his country and he wants to see other people flourish, bruv. You get me? And now he's getting an opportunity, albeit short, to manage at the highest level. And we're going to see what it is. Because at the end of the day, as much as we can praise him, as much as we can say he's developed this philosophy, he needs to now prove it on the big stage, because we could be in a situation where he comes in and this goes left, and you know the Ollie sexuals are waiting, bruv. They're sharpening their knives to say, this guy can't do it. Why did we get him? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear none of that, yeah? Because you gave that criminal, right, nearly 3 years. 3 years to do fuck all with this football club instead of in terms of development, in terms of a style of play, in terms of systems, in terms of the youth squad, in terms of the women's squad, yeah, and the structure of the football club in a whole, right? And this man's going to come in and he's going to try and change the whole culture of Manchester United and football club. And I'd say give him the time that he needs. He'll get to the end of the season, speak to the man so that he knows who to bring in next in terms of managers so they can continue that. And we go from there, bro. And hopefully within the next 2 to 3 years, we're back again challenging for the major honours. But ST for you, bro, as I said, he's coming in. Apparently, he might not be in a dugout for the Arsenal game because of a visa and corona and all the rest of it. So it's looking more like it might not even be the Crystal Palace. It might be, I think it's away at Brentford after that, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But we are currently shit, where are we? 7th, innit?
7th or 8th, one of them.
Yeah, 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
I did write it down, you know. What did I write down? How far are we behind? I think I wrote it down. No, I didn't write it down. I think we're like 7 points behind Arsenal and West Ham joint in like that joint 4th and 5th. He's got to do something straight away. He's got to have a direct impact. So when you look at the players that we've got in the squad right now, does he have the team to be able to do what he wants to do in terms of the counter press and the progressive football?
He's gonna need to pick certain players, and he's gonna have to get players to buy into it. I feel like he had some of the characters, but there are some characters which don't do pressing, you know what I mean? So I say this, the likes of Luke Shaw, Maguire, he's already weird. We know what he thinks of Luke Shaw.
My days, that fridge, bruv. The fridge and the fat man, bruv. The couch potato. Honestly.
We know I don't think them two will be playing. But
Well, this is
I
it.
feel like, sorry, go on.
Go for it.
But I was gonna say, I feel like players like Van der Beek, players like Fred.
Fred, past the
Fred
Fred,
is
bruv.
going to Fred.
Bruv, yesterday, that Chelsea game, as bad as we were, and we were bad.
He was good.
Past the Fred was good, bruv. He should have been man of the match.
I can't believe it. Well, anyway, let me not even start.
Yeah. You know what it is when McToilet gets man of the match, bruv. Brexit FC, bruv.
Yeah. But as I said, players that press very well, even Jesse Lingard, I can see getting chances with the way he plays football. I still think Rashford will get a chance. I think Sancho, because he's been in the German system,
will
get a chance.
And he rates Sancho highly, bruv.
Yeah. I even think Martial will get a chance at the moment. For the simple fact is, Ragnick is very technical players, and he likes players that are the German philosophy of football. For everyone that doesn't watch, or for everyone that doesn't realize, Germany is not really based around individuals. Germany has always really been based around team. The team flourishes. So players like Sancho, who's a pass first person, Martial, control pass person, Jesse Lingard, Fred, those sort of players, Van der Beek, those players are going to flourish. So the individuals such as Bruno, such as Ronaldo, Greenwood, unfortunately, although he will have to change his game, and Greenwood can do that, but he's going to need to develop his game more. I don't think Bruno and Ronaldo will flourish under him. For the simple fact is, the selfishness and the self-centeredness is not something that Ralf Ragnick will stand for, and it doesn't fit his system. Whereas I feel like that's great in the sense that in life, you need really and truly, you can't have one or two people scoring all the goals. You need a fluid system where everybody's going to cash in. That's the main aim of a manager. And I feel like players that I mentioned, like Van der Beek, Fred, etc., those very selfless players, Martial, they're going to benefit. Even Pogba will benefit from that. They will love a player like Pogba, because he was obviously he will do the press, but there was a player that needs to link.
Will he press though? Will he press?
No,
because this is the big debate that we are having is, as much as I love Labille, is he a Ragnick type of player? I don't know.
I'm not.
I personally believe that he should be in the team because I think he can do it. Because what people need to understand is that a slight difference between Ragnick and Klopp is Ragnick likes them technical players that can control the game. Yeah. Whereas when you look at Klopp, it's all heavy metal, get the ball. Like, do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, Ragnick is the one that, but I think he still favors technical players. That's why I think Pogba can still fit in this system.
Yeah, I still think Pogba can fit in the system. And people think that Pogba is like, I don't think, like, I watch Pogba a lot and I've always watched him, yeah? Pogba can't tackle. That doesn't mean he doesn't work hard. And that's why I feel like fans don't watch about him. They think that because his style is languid, it looks very easy on the eye. You're not breaking their neck. Pogba actually works hard quite a lot. He just doesn't know how to tackle. Let's be real.
And this is the thing for me, right? And everyone's like, but Pogba's not going to do the running and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. What you need to understand, this is what people fail to understand, and you and I were talking about it on Saturday. Barcelona, yes, it's a slightly different style of play, but they still played the high press. Yeah, and what it is that when you high press and you get the ball, you move the ball. And the ball keeps moving. Like, bro, when you look at Xavi and Iniesta, bro, you'd never say they were the high press kind of players. But when you win the ball high, you monopolize the ball and you have constant possession. These players can fit in this system. And that's why I say, as much as Cristiano hasn't got the legs, if United dominate the football, why does he need it? Why does he need it? And this is the thing. What I believe is, and I've said it from ages ago, bruv. When we play the smaller teams, there is no reason why Cristiano can't play, why Pogba can't play, why certain other individuals can't play. I think what Carrick did against Chelsea was a prime example of a manager being smart enough to understand the situation, understand the modern game, and understand who you're playing against. In a game against Chelsea, you can't have any passengers. You cannot have any passengers. You can't carry anybody. So leaving Cristiano Ronaldo out was the right thing. I know Keane and Carragher were having a mad debate. Keane saying that he has to play. Why does he have to play? It's a massive game away from home. The last thing you want to be doing is carrying somebody, bruv. I'm not blaming Cristiano, because at the end of the day, man's 36. Like, what do you want him to do? Everyone's saying, oh, but if he gets a chance, he'll score. Bro, United got peppered.
Yeah,
there were no chances. There was 2 chances. One was a mistake from Jorginho that Jadon got in and scored from, and the other one was another mistake which Fred messed up. So there were no chances. Cristiano Ronaldo, he doesn't hold up the ball. He doesn't hold up the ball. He can't run in behind. He doesn't press.
He doesn't link up play.
And he's not a link player. So he served no purpose in that game. Listen, no purpose whatsoever.
I respect. Listen, as much as we know that Carrick is out of his, we all know that Carrick's out of his depth, let's be real. But I liked the decisions he made. And obviously the football, we know he's out of his depth.
Football was dead, because at the end of the day, as I said, like another day, we would have lost that game 4-5-1. If Jorginho controls that ball, there's no chances, there's no goal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And my whole thing is that it wasn't a good performance. It was a bad performance. It was a bad performance. But the one thing I can say is that
there was organization.
They worked hard. They worked
I saw
hard.
Organization.
They put bodies on the line. Now, I said to the truth yesterday, at least we know the players can press. And he's like, I wouldn't call that a press. I didn't say it was a meaningful press. The pressing was awful, because even when you press, there has to be triggers, and it has to be worked on. It has to be worked on. So it's headless chicken pressing. What I was saying is that at least with this team, you see they got the legs to do it. So now when Ragnick comes in, he's like, all right, cool. You lot got the legs to do it. So now let's work on the tactics. Let's work on the 7-second press. Who goes where, so we can stop this happening. The triggers and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? That's what I meant by that. But what it is now is you've got to do that, and you've also got to then get possession of the football, because you can't be going away to the big teams and letting them have 66% possession, 24 shots to your 3, right? And because as I said, on another day like a Liverpool or a Man City, you get absolutely destroyed.
That's 5 or 6.
Exactly. This is my point. So don't let the scoreline fool you. United were awful against Chelsea.
They were terrible.
Awful. Yeah. And they got away with murder. They got out of jail. They got out of jail because if Rudiger scores in the last second, 2-1, you can't say Chelsea didn't deserve it.
Werner should have scored. All these.
Hudson-Odoi, De Gea made a good save. Obviously, Rudiger hit the crossbar in the first half as well. Bro, they had chances.
De Gea saved that as well. You know, that is
he got fingertips to it. Yeah. So, like, bruv, the way how David's playing is a little bit like the way how Ramsdale is playing for Arsenal, bruv. He's just saving us right now. But what I can say is I like to look at the back 4 better.
I did.
Obviously, if Varane comes back, Varane gets back in. the fridge on toes should never get back in this team.
Yeah.
He's going to be back in against Arsenal when they move on to Arsenal. He's going to get back in the team against Arsenal on Thursday, which Arsenal fans will be loving because they know, bruv. They know. And the thing is, if Luke Shaw comes back in as well, bro, Luke Shaw should... Because, like, let's go through the team. Like, let's be realistic. De Gea starts in goal. Bro, Wan-Bissaka doesn't start, bruv. Ragnick's going to be like, nah, I want Dallo.
Yeah.
Varane's going to be out when Ragnick comes in, but we know Varane's nailed on, right?
I think you'll put Bailly instead.
I personally prefer Bailly.
Yeah.
But I won't be mad at Linda. But the fridge on toes, bro, bro, you know what it is? I've actually forgot, bro, before we move on, seeing as I'm on the fridge on toes, bro.
Yeah,
we haven't even cussed this disgrace. He's a disgrace. Yeah? And he should never be playing football, bro. The guy is a fucking disgrace, right? And how dare he? And you know me and the English media and these pundits, bruv. But, oh, bro, they're taking the piss, fam. Sorry, people. I just saw a notification. Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or, bruv.
Oh yeah, they said he was gonna win it. It shouldn't have happened,
bro. It's
disgusting.
Criminal.
It's
bro,
disgusting.
How does Lewandowski not get it?
It's because you know what, Lewandowski doesn't have the look, the name, you know.
Bro, it's criminal, bruv. Like, don't get me wrong. You know Lionel's my GOAT. And I'm so happy that he's won the Copa America. But, bro, Lewandowski has been on smoke. For
the past 3-4 years.
Banging in goals left. This guy, Lionel did nothing for Barcelona. Bro, he only scored for PSG the other day. It's ridiculous. Absolutely, bro. I would have rather them give it to Salah. And the thing is, but Salah's only done it. Salah's only done it
a year and a half
this season. No, but this season, you know what I mean? Because obviously he was injured last season, didn't really get into his rhythm. But bruv, it's a crime that Lewandowski didn't win it. I'm done with the Ballon d'Or, to be honest. It's just becoming a popularity. Bruv, it's just becoming a popularity contest.
Yeah, it's who you like.
That's all it is. Like, it's nothing else, bruv. And like, it's no disrespect to Lionel, but bro, I want people to get it that deserve it, that actually deserve it, and he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. Because even in the Copa America, he wasn't great. No, he wasn't great. It's not like he took it over by storm.
I mean, if you look at the stats, they'll say, "Oh, he had a great tournament," but he didn't. He wasn't playing great.
Nah, bro.
The best player in that tournament was Di Maria.
Exactly, bro. Or you could even give it to the goalkeeper, bro, because the goalkeeper's the reason why they got where they got to. Do you know what I mean? So, shout out Lewandowski, man. Criminal that you didn't get it,
and
bro.
And the thing is, before we go on, people need to understand how much of a baller Lewandowski is. Yeah, he's not just a striker.
Bro,
the
he
link
hasn't
up
got
play,
the respect he deserves. And do you know what it is? Yeah, the disrespect is that, and I hate it because, yes, Bayern Munich are a dominant force in the Bundesliga. We understand that. And yes, as years have gone by, obviously, Dortmund challenged Leipzig, you know what I mean? But they're not really a challenge. Times, But we had the same thing between Real Madrid and Barcelona when it was just those two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no one was saying, oh, well, they only got to play one other team and blah, 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 blah. Like, put respect on Lewandowski's name, bruv. Like, he should have won it. He should have won it, bruv. But shout out to Lewandowski.
Also, sorry, just to labor on that point, because I like Lewandowski. He's one of my favorite strikers. Him, Benzema are my two favorite strikers that I like to watch. One thing about Lewandowski as well, you need to understand his international record. This guy is taking Poland to the World Cup. In the Euros, bro. I'm telling you from now, I was watching them games. Lewandowski was the player that was controlling everything. He wasn't only a link man. He can pass, he can shoot, left foot, right foot, header, complete striker. And he does it, and he's not even the fastest. That's how you know elite. And he's been doing this for 3 or 4 years. And I'm not exaggerating, 3 or 4 years now.
And man's got Champions League to his name as well, bruv. Like,
and everything. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But shout out Lewandowski, bruv. You won the Ballon d'Or in my eyes.
Agreed.
Not Lionel. But yeah, back to that fridge, bruv. Like, sorry, yeah, I was talking about the English media. Imagine this man, yeah, bro. Remember when Xhaka was telling the Arsenal chat fans to fuck off, and then he threw the captain's armband, and they wanted to lynch man, bro. the fridge threw the Man United captain's armband on the floor, bruv, when he got sent off against Watford. And no one said nothing. The media said nothing, bruv. It's a disgrace. He should be stripped of the captaincy. He shouldn't be the captain of Manchester United anymore. He shouldn't even be in the team anymore.
He's dead.
Right? He's dead food. And the thing is, he'll come back on Thursday with the captain's armband. It's disgusting, bro. And what? Because he's English. Am I a dickhead, fam? Am I a dickhead? And this is, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs because you know my feelings already, bro. But I just think that this is why, if you're not English, why you hate England and the English media and the English pundits. Because it's shit like this that goes unrecognized, and these players are so protected. Bro, man copped up his ears and put in an absolute stinker against Watford, bruv. Was at full. He was the reason why he got sent off. Right? I'm just like, anyway, bro, if Ragnick comes in, Fridge needs to go.
In the team. Yeah, he's not in the team.
Luke Shaw, we know he's gone, bruv. We know what Ragnick said about Shaw, bruv. We know this already. So Tele starts. Then we get into
he's out.
No, Dallo will start. So then we get into the midfield, and past the Fred will get in, and then you're looking at it.
Van der Beek will get in, I think.
Van der Beek will get in there, and you're hoping that Labille will be the other person, bruv, as well. And that's in the home games where you want to dominate. Don't get me wrong, we take tactical changes away when you go to away to Liverpool, City, and all the rest of it. And then you're gonna have Jaden. You probably have Jaden, Jesse,
and Rashford. I think Rashford, this is the sort of manager he will need. If he gets someone like Ragnick, I think Ragnick.
But I don't think, and this is where the thing, I don't even think that Rashford gets in it. Me personally, because when you look at Klopp, and when you look at Tuchel, as much as it's like, Tuchel's more controlled, but as much as Klopp is heavy metal, Firmino gets the ball, lays it off, passes it on, does this, drops in, blah, blah, blah. That's why I think Martial is going to be vital.
Oh, yeah, Martial.
To the way how Ragnick plays his system, right? I think Martial will be vital. And don't be surprised if Cavani gets revitalized, because, again, like, he's another one that wants to press. Bro, Bruno, the thing is, the only reason why Bruno gets in this team is pressing. But, bro, in terms of technical ability and passing, Ragnick ain't having it, bruv. He's not having it, bruv. And this is why I'm saying to you, he's like, I can tell you the players now he's gonna fall out with. He's gonna fall out with the Fridge. He's gonna fall out with Luke Shaw. He's gonna fall out with Cristiano. He's gonna fall out with Bruno. Those are the four culprits that Ragnick is gonna fall out with, because them man there are getting dropped, bruv. Bruno, another stinker in a big game, another one, bruv.
The guy was passing the ball to their team. Bro, I was joking around. I was like, you're trying to get a Chelsea contract, yeah? You're that stressed at Man United?
Honestly, like, he's woeful, man. Oh, yeah, but he's created the most. Get out of here, bruv. Get out of here. Who's he creating these chances against? Nobody's, bruv. Because in the Liverpool game, nowhere to be seen. Man City, nowhere to be seen. Leicester, nowhere to be seen. Chelsea, nowhere to be seen, bruv. Don't talk to me about this guy, bruv. Don't talk to me about this guy. Yeah, because he was at full for the first goal.
Yeah,
I think it was. So, you know what I mean? Like, Ragnick's going to have a whale of a time dealing with these players and all that. But in the end, SG, what's the best that he can hope for? What's the best that he can hope for come to the end of the season?
If I'm being very honest, we should, and it sounds really bad and counterintuitive, because I expect this. We obviously we knew what was going to happen with Ollie in charge, but I think for him, he needs to try as possible to aim for Champions League football. I think that we've had such a bad run that I think that the three teams at the top, Chelsea, the Liverpools, the City, they're not going to really lose.
We're 12 points behind Chelsea, 12 points behind Chelsea, 11 behind Liverpool, and 10 behind City. So that's the 1, 2, and 3 are done.
Yeah.
And this is why I said to people, this is why I said, sorry to cut you off, but this is why I said to people at the beginning of the season, I said United are competing for fourth, bruv. I said 1, 2, and 3 would be done under Ollie, and look what's happened. It's done,
Exactly.
bruv. Sorry, go on, let's see.
No, exactly. Just to agree with your point, we need to aim for fourth place. That's the only thing we can do. I wouldn't sack him if we didn't get fourth place. For the simple fact is,
Oh no, he's not getting sacked. He's just moving up. So yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, for the simple fact is, we've been left in the shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's I literally been with, and this is why we wanted him gone ages ago.
Exactly.
And it's now become a multiplier effect where we've had so much collateral damage, especially this season. It could be very difficult to get it back. If he does that and maybe competes for or wins a cup, I'll be very impressed.
No, 100%. 100%.
And for all the Chelsea fans which were saying, oh, but Tuchel did this, Tuchel did that, I'm going to tell you one thing. First of all, Chelsea have elite players. And I have to be honest with you, yes, Chelsea have a lot of egos, but there was a structure in place. The club is run better than originally it was at Man United, you know what I mean? So the collateral damage isn't as bad. All they needed to do is change the manager, because he's saying that certain players in the Chelsea team weren't good enough. Like Lampard is a scrub, like Oli, but a scrub that's well spoken. But anyway, but so for all your Chelsea fans, it's different because you lot had the infrastructure there, or you just needed the manager. Man United, we don't even have the infrastructure yet, so it's gonna take even longer. So for me, getting Champions League would be better. If we had the infrastructure, I would say, oh yeah, he needs to at least win something or show me improvements. But remember, Chelsea weren't that far off when Lampard got sacked. It's just that he was just bad.
No, 100%. And don't get me wrong, Chelsea still shouldn't have won the Champions League with the squad they had. No. And he did well to get them to finish fourth in the league that season. But again, Leicester throwing it away and all the rest of it. So Tuchel did have a big job in his hands. I think what you're right in saying is that the infrastructure was there and your owner actually cares about football. Yeah. So he was willing to back the manager and give him the money that he wants, but it helped that Tuchel went in and won the Champions League. But listen, Ragnick aside, right? Upcoming next is Arsenal at Old Trafford. Obviously, last season they won 1-0.
The social media derby.
Social media derby. Arsenal only lost once.
The derby as well.
They lost once in 12 in all competitions. They're level on points with West Ham, who are in fourth. 3 clean sheets in the last 4 games. Obviously, just coming off the win against Newcastle. Obviously, they lost away at Liverpool, but most teams will lose there. What are you expecting from this game? I mean, Carrick, if we're hearing correctly, Carrick will still be in charge. So again, just like I think last season, Arsenal are going this game probably taking United on at the right time because Ragnick is in the dugout.
Ooh, I don't really expect much, to be honest. I'm going there for the vibes. It sounds really bad, but it's just like, the thing is, I don't think this Arsenal team is great at this moment in time. I think their attack is relatively toothless. Aubameyang is not on form at all. I think Saka has got a groin injury, and he's one of their main potent attackers. I feel like where Man United could struggle is the wing backs, depending on how Travage plays. Because I think Travage has done pretty well since he's been there. My boy Partey, he's not been playing well he hasn't played well since he came up.
But we got to remember, he dominated that game at Old Trafford last season.
And I was going to say, if he plays that, if Carrick plays in midfield with McTominay included and stuff like that, and I can see Partey and Lokonga dominating because they're better on the board than a lot of them. So that's my issue. I think it's gonna be the greatest of games if I've been it. I think it's gonna be quite dull. But the simple fact is, I think that both teams are still. I still think that yes, Arsenal have a bit of an identity, but I think they're just toothless in attack, so they don't have the. And plus, obviously, Saka's not going to be playing, so it's going to be a hindrance. Whereas Man United, I feel like we have the players, but again, we still don't have our identity, and it's going to take a lot of time. I can see this being a very, very, very dull game. I don't think there's going to be many chances. I don't think there's going to be free-flowing attacking football.
Well, that was the last game. I think the last game at Old Trafford, it wasn't a great game.
1-0, I
Respectable,
think,
to be honest.
something like
1-0
that.
to Arsenal. And what we got to understand is you got to remember Arteta hasn't lost to United since he's been Arsenal manager. So he's got the wool over us at this moment in time. He sets his stall out. They know how to play against us. Last season at Old Trafford, as I said, they absolutely dominated the midfield and were deserved winners in that game. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. The form that they're confident, as I said, they've only lost one in the last 12, one in the last 10 in the Premier League. Obviously, getting rid of the hoodoo, because obviously before they won at Old Trafford last season, they hadn't won in ages. I think it was 11, 12 years it was going on or something like that they hadn't won at Old Trafford. Obviously, losing Saka is a loss. I mean, it's not 100% confirmed that he's going to be out, but if they were to lose it's a loss. Tierney's obviously back, so if they wanted to go more defensive and leave Tavares out, they can. Ramsdale is in phenomenal form. He like him, De Gea, and Mendy are probably the three informed goalkeepers right now.
They're all moving crazy
in terms of what they're doing. And to be fair, Ramsdale's been a massive reason as to why Arsenal have gotten some of the victories that they have, because he's been pulling out save after save after save.
That save against Leicester from Maddison free kick, I still can't believe.
Even against Newcastle, he made a great save. Oh, who was it off? I can't even remember, brother. He made John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
Of John Joe Shelby.
I was like, how was the ball? I was like, the ball was, he was literally going the other way and it was stamp post in the corner and he saved it. I was like, nah.
This is it.
He says he likes his jerk chicken and all that, his rice and peas. That's what he said. He said it in interview, by the way. He said that's what he likes to eat. He likes his curry goat. I'm like, see, your influences.
But he's an Arsenal fan, in it, so it helps that he's an Arsenal fan. And I just think that the form that Arsenal are in right now and the way that they're playing, they will be very confident going into this game. I know their last away game was against Liverpool, but that was a Liverpool team that are absolutely on fire. You're going to a Man United team whose confidence absolutely fragile. People will say, "Oh yeah, well, the Villarreal game, it was an awful performance, and got away with murder in that game." And then obviously the Chelsea game, again, getting away with murder. So United can be got out. Remember, our home record is abysmal right now.
So bad.
Our home record is abysmal. So if Arsenal are going there to attack, they have a massive chance. Whereas I think they have to go there to attack. I think you attack this United side, especially if the fridge on toes is going to be in there. They have to attack because that's open season. Really, if the fridge on toes is on the pitch with the couch potato at left back, and it's not Tellez and Bailly, bro, like they're going to have a field day, an absolute field day. And I think Arteta has to go in there because if you remember, in the first half against Liverpool, they weren't too bad. They were actually all right. They weren't too bad. And I think that you can high press this United team and they'll make mistakes. But the same thing can go for Arsenal. We saw against Liverpool. If you high press this Arsenal team, they also make mistakes. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Obviously, we're not going to make any predictions because we're going to do a Prem prediction show after this. But I believe that it's going to be an interesting game, which if Arsenal win, right, that's a big feather in their cap in terms of going for the top four. It's a big feather because you're essentially kicking one of your rivals down even more so than they're already down. Obviously, at the same time trying to keep pace with West Ham as well. So I think it will be a big statement if Arsenal win. If United win, it allows Ragnick to come into the side with a bounce and still have hopes of making top four, because even though we're only 13 games in, this will be the 14th. It could be a case of, bro, we could be out of the top four race if Arsenal beat us. That's how mad the league is right now. But it's going to be interesting times. We'll find out what happens in terms of that game. One more before we go, ST, and then we go into the Prem predictions, bro, because there's another massive game midweek, and that is the Merseyside Derby, bro. Everton versus Liverpool. Everton at home, bro. It's a sorry sight for Everton right now, to be honest.
Liverpool slapped them. Like, I know it's Derby day and everything can happen in the Derby day, but listen, Salah,
it's nuts. But bro, at this moment in time, obviously Everton losing to Brentford 1-0. Bro, Everton haven't won in 7. They've drawn 2 and lost 5. They've only won 1 out of 8. That was Norwich, and
Who is Everton's manager again?
Rafa.
Oh, yes. Listen, Rafa's doing an undercover agent thing, you know,
bruv. Agent Rafa, bruv, trying to get Everton relegated and that. Yeah. Like, they haven't scored in their last 3 games. Bro, they've only won one of the last 10 Merseyside derby. Ironically, it was the one last season at Anfield that they won. But I'm gonna ask you a question, ST. I know you're gonna have to guess, bro. When do you think was the last time? I just want a year. When do you think was the last time Everton beat Liverpool at home?
At their ground or
at home? Yeah, at Goodison Park.
Oh, I remember. 2010.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 2010. It was 2010. Nah, you did well. If I'll give you a bad man bonus, if you can tell me what the score was.
Oh God, I don't even remember the score. I think it might have been 1-0. I don't think it was, but I think it might have been 1-0.
No, it was 2-0. It's 2-0. 2-0. Everton beat them 2-0. Scorers.
Oh God, no, I don't think I'll get this.
Scorers. Yeah. I'll like one of them you'll know, bruv, because like just think Everton, bruv. Think Everton. One of them you could probably guess.
Everton. Who was banging at that time? 2010. I'm looking up. Is it Mr. Everton?
Who's that?
Duncan Ferguson.
No. That's too far back.
That's too far back. I bet it was Yakubu and them man like that.
It was Tim Cahill.
How did I not know that? Tim Cahill.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. Cahill and the Arsenal manager.
Hey, swear that.
Yeah.
Man, like El Tapas, yeah? No, but he was a coach, bro. He was a baller. Listen.
Yeah, but it's been 11 years since the last time Everton beat Liverpool at Goodison Park. Bro, all the stats just point to a Liverpool win, to be honest. But I just wanted to, bro, because like if results go against Everton this midweek, bro,
they'll be in trouble.
They could be as low as 17th.
Yeah, mad.
If results go against them, like it's crazy. Like, bro. I know we said agent Rafa, but bro, what's gone so wrong at Everton? Like, they started well, but bro, no wins in their last 7 games. It's what's gone wrong,
bro? You know what it is, and this is an ongoing problem with Everton, especially, and I would go as far as saying even after Moyes left. The actual production and scouting of players has been awful. I have to be honest, like it's been really, really bad. They bought basically players or overrated players for high wages, high demand, and they have not performed and they have not fitted into the team. They haven't got the managers that have been there haven't got the best out of them, and they've struggled so much. And it's now becoming like we always say that word, that term, collateral damage. Everton are like free falling now, and certain players are going to be leaving. You know, Richarlison's I think is a decent player. He'll go. You got Calvert-Lewin, who hasn't lived up to his performances. He's too busy doing model. and all them things there.
Nah, don't get onto my guy Calvert Lewandowski.
I'm joking. I like him. He's a decent striker, but he hasn't got the serve because he hasn't got the players around him to pass.
To be fair, man's been injured for a while now.
Yeah,
so,
he has.
Like, I think that's one
of
the massive reasons why Everton have been so bad is because he hasn't been playing. But this is the thing. When I look at it realistically, I'm like, yep, Calvert-Lewin's been out. Yep, Richarlison, which is massive. Those two are massive players that they've lost. The goals. That's the goals that they've lost. Obviously, Decore was out for a little bit, just came back against Brentford. And then they've had like the captain been out for a bit. So they've had injuries. But my whole thing is that they shouldn't be this bad.
No, they should be doing better. Like, remember, they've got players like, I rate this guy highly, Digne. Digne is a baller. And obviously you can't, obviously it has to be a team effort, but even with all those players out, I think like all these players are decent ballers. Like Townsend is a decent baller. Like he shouldn't be low. You know what? Players like that, they should be mid-table at least. Like if you're having a really bad season, like they've got players that should be doing well. Yes, they've had injuries, but especially with Rafa's experience, I'm surprised he's not getting a proper tune out of them. You know what I mean?
And this is the thing, and the pressure builds because obviously him being an ex-Liverpool manager at Everton fans didn't want him there. All of a sudden, the pressure's starting to build. He's looking like Agent Rafa all of a sudden. And then you come up against, obviously, the team that he brought the Champions League to, won a few other cups with them as well. It's all looking wrong. And it could be that Liverpool could be the demise of Rafa Benitez. And I think the biggest problem that Rafa has is the negative football that he's brought. Everton have always been a club, like even under Moyes, as much people say Moyes' football is very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pragmatic.
Pragmatic.
Yeah.
Bro, he entertained, especially when he had like Pina, Cahill, Arteta, Fellaini, Yakubu, like just to name a few players that he had, Stephen Naismith and all that man there. They always entertained and they were always finishing in European spots. Whereas Rafa just looks like he's gone literally to this sit back, try and play on the counter attack with players that basically can't do it. And I don't know if the Everton fans are going to give Rafa time to turn it around. And then when you come up against a Liverpool side that are just flying, only lost once in 10, obviously the West Ham game, the 3-2 loss, have kept 2 clean sheets since that loss, scored it, both 4-0s, 4-0 at home to Arsenal and then 4-0 at home to Southampton. They're absolutely flying at the moment. So if they're not, yes, it's a derby, and yes, we know anything happened on derby day, but if Everton aren't careful, this could be a massacre, and I don't think the Evertonians will stand for it.
Well, if it's a massacre, he's gone. Like, it's one of them ones, yeah. Where one thing is it's a big derby. Like, those Everton fans, they won't stand for it. And as you said, Rafa is basically he's an op. He's an op. That's what he's basically. He's an op. That's it. And they know he's an op, so they will not give him any opportunity to turn this around. He's like, yeah, you did this on purpose. You're shit. We never liked you in the first place.
And this is the thing, because like I think at the beginning of the season, everyone had high hopes for Everton. Bringing Rafa in, a couple of signings that they made, because I like Decore. I think he's a very good player.
I like Decore.
Some of the signings that we made, don't get me wrong, I don't think we said Europa League, Conference League, they're looking around there, but they can't continue on this downward spiral that they are on this moment in time. But especially in a Merseyside derby, it's massive. Absolutely, like if there's a game, that game means more to the Everton. Like it means something to both teams. I think the Liverpool United means more to Liverpool fans, whereas the Everton Liverpool means everything to Evertonians. And although they haven't won at home since 2010, considering that they went and won away at Anfield, they will expect, if nothing else, a performance
Yeah, of course.
out of this team. And Rafa's got to try his hardest to get out of them. But yeah, could you imagine if Liverpool go 1-0 up within the first 10 minutes?
It's done, oh boy.
Like Rafa is going, bruv, they're going to be calling for his head, bro.
Yeah,
calling for his head. Absolutely toxic. And this might be the last straw for Rafa Benitez, bruv. Might be getting sacked. But ST, we got to hold fire there. It's been a mad chat. Absolutely loved it and enjoyed it. People, let us know what you think in the comment section about Ralf Ragnick. Do you think Ralf Ragnarok, bruv? Do you think he's the man
Kaiser.
for the job?
We'll call him
the Kaiser, bruv. The Kaiser. That's what we're calling him, bruv.
Yeah, that's what we're calling him now.
King Ralph, bruv. King Ralph, bruv. That's what we're calling him. Do you think he's the man for the job? Do you think he's not? How do you think he's going to get on as interim? Do you think United should have gone for someone else? Oh, ST, we didn't even talk about.
I was going to say who you want.
We want next, but we'll probably try and get that in at some point another time.
Yeah, of course.
Also, let us know what you think about the United Arsenal game. Do you think this is the best time for Arsenal to get a victory? Obviously, it'd probably be Carrot's last game in charge. Does he go out with a bang? Let us know which players you think will flourish under Ralf, which players won't. Let us know what you think about the Merseyside Derby as well. Will this be Rafa's last game? Will he be able to pull something out the bag, or will it just be another straightforward win for Liverpool? We want to hear from you. I know it's been a Man United dominated chat, but Man United are the news at this moment in time. A couple of other man them couldn't make it through, so we kind of had to do the best we could. But people, tune into the next video as well. We're going to do our Prem predictions because it's a back-to-back. It's going to be a short one. That will come up next. Don't want to put it on this one because it made the video too long. But I want to say thank you very much to my guy, ST. He will be coming with me onto the Prem predictions as well. But I want to say thank you very much for now, sir.
Thank you very much.
People, stay safe out there. Don't forget to check out the other video because we're also making announcements about what is coming next on the channel. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.